I think I have found the greatest rhythm game ever created. The presentation of Unbeatable is on a completely different level. The anime slash Saturday morning cartoon aesthetic really helps sell a lot of these over-the-top moments. Plus, the camera work and the shot selection really just lead to some visually stunning moments. The game also has these very intentional tonal shifts throughout it, so it can be something as chaotic as like fighting on a train, right? But in the next 5 minutes, you can completely be in a place of respite. Also, I wasn't expecting us to have an infinite Azure realm in this game, but it's here. And it's still just as serene. By the way, what's the umbrella term for these like water and sky realms that we keep seeing in games? I feel like they need a name. The game does have voice acting, and I appreciate the effort they made to make these characters sound believable. Our main protagonist of the game, Beat, comes off as an aloof troublemaker, which, as you can see in the footage above you, is pretty freaking accurate. I mean, she's beating up cops, and hey, I support it. She contemplates beating up a child in the very first 5 minutes of the game. Only because the little kid is an asshole. Beat is freaking hilarious, dude. Clef is probably my favorite out of the cast so far, just because she always sounds so reasonably pissed. Kudos to her VA, because they get that across perfectly. Now, there are some times where the delivery comes off a little bit flat, and I think that's intentional, but I am going to have to play more of the game to see. I want to see how these characters develop and how their personalities change after they go through the events of the story. In terms of gameplay, it is a rhythm game through and through, and despite it only ever functioning as that, the game presents you with different perspectives and scenarios for the rhythm gameplay. It's so dynamic. You go from beating up cops to jamming out to music to swatting drones out the sky and so much more. Mind you, I'm only 3 hours in, and it's such an exhilarating 3 hours. I think my only grievance so far is that the beat mapping feels a little bit off. Like, I feel like when I'm pressing the buttons as the visual cue is telling me to press them, the sound that comes out doesn't match up with the groove of the track. It kind of feels a little bit mismatched in that case. But that could be a me issue, and that could be something I gotta tweak. But I made a note of it, so I had to speak about it. I don't want to spoil too much about the story, but know that this game takes place in a world where music is illegal. There's even a government-funded organization that goes around abducting people off the streets for the slightest infractions of anything sonically related. And they say video games aren't political. All in all, I'm having a super fun time with this game. Shout out to D-Cell Games, because I heard the dev team for this game was pretty small, and I feel like they knocked it out of the park. And any issues that are in the game, whether that be the text bubbles popping up and cutting off other text bubbles, or the beat mapping issue that I have, can be fixed with patches. Shout out to D-Cell Games.